I would say the number one most important decision that we make in life is who we choose to marry. And maybe the number two most important decision we make is who we choose to be our partner in business in life, or who we're going to work in life with. And the reason is because if you marry the right person, you'll have a pretty good life, or a very good life. Still challenges in life, but you have someone, a partner to go through life with. Same thing in business. But if you marry the wrong person with the wrong character, you'll end up with a life of misery and difficulties and pain. So how do we know who's the right person to marry? How do we know what to look for? There's so many different things that we as individuals want in a partner in life or a partner in business. But there's one most important thing that will be the difference if it's going to be something beautiful and something special or misery and pain. And that is what kind of character they have. And this is something that is so important to really find out right away. But you may ask, how do I know? So it's very interesting. Our Torah portion tells us a very strange story. The story of the camel test. That when you understand really what was going on there, this could give us a beautiful insight that when we have to make a decision, who we should marry, who we should go into business with, who we should associate with, and who should we hang out with, if we do the camel test, it will help us right away decide if these are the person we should hold near and close, or these are the people that we should stay far away and run for the hills. See, when Abraham sent his servant Eliezer to find a wife for his son Isaac, what Eliezer said, I'm going to do the camel test. Basically, I'm going to go to the well, and I'm going to show up there with my camels, and I'm going to watch to see who's going to offer us water. And the story goes that Rebecca was at the well, and she offers water to Eliezer, and he offers water to the camels. The camels were thirsty. And then he watched the way she behaved and said, this is the right wife for Isaac. Now, why is that such an important thing? And what does that tell us about a person that really makes a difference if this is the person that you should marry or not? You see, Abraham was known for a person, Isha Chesed, that he didn't just wait till someone knocked on his door and say, could you come, I'd like you for a meal. But what he did was Abraham went out of his way to find people that need help, and he brought them to his house and he fed them. See, a lot of times people don't really like to help and make a difference, but if you really call them and bug them and twist their arm, they'll come and help. No. Abraham was the kind of person that went out of his way to help people and be nice to people. So the first task he said is, Eliezer, I'm not going to wait to see who I'm going to ask for water, and they give me water, then they're not such a bad person. No, you don't know really how they are, but if someone goes out of the way and they see someone is standing there, a stranger, and the camels are thirsty, and they're not going to wait for you to ask them. They're going to go out of the way to ask you if you need something. But then it wasn't enough that Abraham went and Eliezer went. So you see, to give instead of Rebecca had one motivation, to give to someone else with kindness. And that intense desire to reach out to others and to jump at the prospect of being of service matched the profile of Abraham's family. You see, I heard this from someone, I remember who it was, that whenever he had to hire someone or date someone, he would go to a restaurant and watch how do they treat the waiters or how do they treat their valet. I think it was in business. He said, for me, I take them out to lunch. Of course, they're going to be nice to me. They're going to impress me. But that's not important. If I really want to know who the person is, watch the way they treat the waiters. Watch the way they treat the valet. You see, those are people that a person may feel they can't give anything back to me, so why should I be nice to them? You want to know the real character of a person? Watch how they behave when no one asks them for help. Watch how they behave when no one is looking. Watch how they behave when people who are below the ladder in them, and yet they're still nice and kind to them. They have the right character. So if you're in a situation that you're looking for a spouse in life, or if you have children that are looking for a spouse, the number one thing is look at their character. And if they have good character and integrity and honesty and selflessness and caring about other people genuinely, when they don't wait for someone to call them, they go out of their way to help people and be there for people, then you know these are very special people. Everything else in life is going to work itself out. The same thing is in business. You get a partner that you hear they sue people and they fight with people and they cut throat. Remember, this is going to happen to you. You got to find people with stand up, moral, ethical people, and then your journey will be completely different. And it's also a lesson for how Rebecca behaved, a lesson for all of us. Rebecca teaches us to take this goal of boundless loving kindness, chesed, and challenge ourselves with real selfless commitments. It's not just about other people. Rebecca teaches us to be initiators, to look for times and places where we can be of service, to be proactive and useful, without calculating whether there are others around us who could or should do the same. We are taught by the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement, that a soul can come into the world for 70, 80 years with the sole purpose of doing a favor for another. That ability to help someone in need, that chesed was what Eliezer sought for his new. It was an essential trait that would determine the candidate to be a genuine matriarch of the Jewish nation. Let's do that in our own life. Shabbat Shalom.